Welcome back to another edition of In Depth with Lindenwood Athletics, and today I'm joined by men's basketball head coach Kyle Gerdeman. Kyle, thanks for joining us, man. Good to see you back.
Yeah, glad to be back and glad to be here.
It's been a while. I mean, when's the last time we've done one of these? It's probably mid-February or something?
Yeah, I think we were doing a kind of a end of the season run of what we had left in February, and I think we got cut off after that.
That's right. It's been a crazy year since then. A lot of things going down in the world, and obviously affecting athletics as well. You guys go into a season where you weren't really sure when it was going to start and when practice was going to start, how you guys are going to react to things. Tell me about your feelings, throughout these past few months, trying to get everybody kind of under control and realizing the situation we're in right now.
Yeah, I think. I think early on it was such a mental process, so to speak, of really grasping like the severity, the seriousness, what was really going on. I think every answer you would kind of see, whether that was from the news, whether that was university decisions. I think the first thing was always, that can't be true, or boy, that's just so negative. But I think over time, as you learn more about COVID and what was going on, and then I think saw in reality the real support we were getting from President Porter, from Brad with athletics, that all the decisions that were being made at the end of the day were really to give us, every athletics program, the opportunity to move forward in some way. So even then I think you hit a chance. For us, months ago Division II decided to move to 22 games, and I think the first reaction, human nature, is you're just like, why are we doing that? But I think in reality, then you see it. Well, that's because that's your best option to have some type of season. So I think once you got through that process and realized that the support that we had from the university was still as strong as ever, I think it became a little bit easier to try to move forward and start to process what your season was going to look like.
And you guys get into a situation where you guys want to get back on the court. The players have to be itching to get back on the court. How do they react, to kind of changing things up for the offseason?
Yeah, I think the same. I think there was so much unknown for them. Even being at home for the summer, guys. It was hard. They couldn't find gyms. Obviously, even at some point, hoops outside started to get taken down or roped off. So I think that adjustment for those guys was probably even harder than us as coaches, because they just, the things that they're used to doing during the summer, playing pickup games or whatever it might be, just wasn't there. And I think the same ways though. We had a lot of conversations. Zoom calls became pretty frequent. But I think once they could see the kind of light at the end of the tunnel, that I think you could see their minds start to shift towards, all right, let's do everything that we can do to give ourselves a chance to get back on campus first, and then get back on the court second.
So how has it been so far in practice? I mean, getting back on the court, I know you guys are pumped up to be back out here and getting going. What are your thoughts on how it's been going the first few weeks?
I think it's been good. I think that as coaches, I think we get so ingrained in what we do year to year. It doesn't change a whole lot, and I think this obviously forced you to change some things that you were doing, and I think for us maybe in a positive direction, because normally we would have started our 4 hours a week, preseason, I think after the third day of classes, and immediately we had to adjust that, but it gave us a chance to, really kind of go back and catch up on things that guys didn't get to do over the summer. So we spent a lot of time with just individual skill work, things that guys would have done on their own that they didn't have an opportunity to. So we caught up in that area. We put some time in on strength and conditioning to help us get started, which really was good, because guys were behind. But then moving into regular practice, I think November 15th was our first day. We were fortunate enough at the time to be healthy, and we got to move forward as normal, and that was good to get started.
You guys have a team, a lot of returners from last season, big-time scorers, and TJ Crockett and VJ Blackman. Cam Scales also in that group, Anthony Christian. But you have a lot of new faces, too, some transfers, some freshmen that could make some impacts. What are some of the new guys that you're bringing to the table?
Yeah, I think when we evaluated it, at the end of the year with the roster, I think we were confident in the guards that we were going to bring back, guys that you just mentioned. But we knew we needed to add some size and some depth, probably, at the 4 or 5 position, in the. And I think that we were able to get, I look at 4 guys really. Case Kitchell obviously was a returner, but he's coming back from a surgery and hasn't been able to be with us. But I think when you look at Romello Burrell, a transfer from Central Michigan, when you look at Brandon Suggs, a transfer from UMKC, those 2 guys immediately kind of changed the way we look on the court. They bring size, they bring athleticism that we didn't have a year ago to those positions. They bring energy level that we needed. And then you go from those 2 guys who transfer in as seniors with 1 year left to 2 freshmen that we got early in the signing period, both local products that are really doing well. Devion Harris from Parkway Central and Frazier Ott from Chaminade, both 6'8" type guys. Both have totally different skill sets. Devion more of a power guy, more of an athlete. Still has a high skill level, and then Frazier, kind of a guy that's really skilled, has nice post moves, has the ability to stretch the floor and shoot from the perimeter. So, I think what you see in those mix of guys is really good, because I think the older guys are helping those younger guys get used to it, buying them time to get better, and then at the same time they have a big impact on what we look like on the court.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll be exciting to see how they kind of mesh in with everybody and how the team's going to be looking at the start of the season. You guys starting on November 27th. Before we talk about the first game, let's talk about, year 2 so far. It's got to be a different feeling, when you go from year 1 to year 2. You get a little bit more comfortable as a coach, as a coaching staff. I guess, what are some differences so far? I mean, besides what's happened in 2020, for you personally going into year 2 from year 1 here at Lindenwood?
Yeah, I think the first thing that jumps out is just probably now you have, after year 1, you have a better comfort level all the way around, not just with the day-to-day operations here on campus that take an adjustment. You have to get used to those things. So your day is smoother, I think. I think the comfort level that we have a little bit more with the GLVC, playing in the conference last year for the first time, and having a better idea of what those programs are about helps. And then I think just having that 1 year of experience with the guys we have returning. We made this point a couple of days ago in practice. We were going through some drills and some work, and in all reality, it kind of hit me that, hey, you can't expect too much of these guys too fast, because even for the returners, they've only been with you for 1 year, and the new guys, I think at that point, have been with us for like 8 practices. So my point was, I don't expect us to have everything done. I don't expect you to understand what our principles are, and what the foundation is not anywhere complete yet. We're basically a year and 8 practices into this, so we still have tons of room to grow. But I think that excitement is still there, that you really can see the pieces, start to build and start to fall together.
As you talk about with the comfort level, what are some goals you see from year 1 to year 2? I mean, you guys were competitive last season with a brand new group. I mean, there's a lot of kids that came in with the new coaching staff, everything, and you guys meshed well at the end of the season, especially. What are some goals that you have for the season? What are some things that you want to see happen compared to last season?
Yeah, I think overall our general goal probably doesn't change a lot, from year to year. And I think that, I know it's kind of vague, but I think, can we, at the end of the year, can we be playing our best basketball, which I think we did last year. We finished winning 3 out of our last 4 games, and through an up and down season, guys did that. And, I think they took a lot of pride in the way that they finished it. So again, I think we always look at, can we give maximum effort? Can we get maximum growth? And then at the end of the year, can we be playing our best? We try not to get wrapped up in the wins and the losses, although that's what everybody likes, So, and that's just kind of human nature for guys to do that. But you have to be able to put some of those things aside, and you have to continue to build and continue to grow. So I think first and foremost, that's what we're going to be after. I think from a from a team standpoint, I think for us as a program, I think the first step we can take is, can we make the conference tournament? Which you can't jump into talking about winning championships when you haven't even made the tournament yet. So in year one we missed the tournament. We understand that, and I think that that's something that we would like to obviously strive for. Maybe it sounds very small to a lot of people, but I think that's the first step for us to know that we're headed in the right direction as we move forward.
You guys start out November 27th here at home, season opener. What are some things we can expect coming up quick? But I'm sure you guys are excited to get back in there for game time. And what do you expect from your team?
Yeah, I think kind of what we saw offensively last year from being able to score a lot of points is something that we're always going to try to be a team that plays an up-tempo style, high-scoring games. I think the challenge for us that we've talked about even with our returners is, can we improve our efficiency individually, from shot selection to shooting percentages to the way we value the ball. Can we change those things and increase our points per game and increase our efficiency? I think from the new guys that we get to add to the mix, how do they fit into that offensive style of play, and do they help us with more baskets around the rim? Do they help us with a higher offensive rebounding percentage? All those things that help build a high-powered offense. So I think that we want to stay consistent with what we built there. You won't see a lot of different a different style. Hopefully it's an improved style as we build. But then I think overall along with that, I think obviously I think with the guys that we've added, I hope we can provide a little better defensive presence. I think at times we were hurt because of size, we were hurt because of matchups. Sometimes we were probably limited because of numbers. So I think having better size, better athletes, hopefully a deeper roster, and then just a stronger commitment. I think in general, I don't think that defensively we ever lacked necessarily because of effort. I think there was other things involved that we just talked about, but I think, can we find some toughness, and can we find that commitment on the defensive end to really have more of a presence there, and as well as defensive rebounding.
Coach, we appreciate your time today. Thanks for sitting down, and we're looking forward to doing more of these throughout the season. Yeah. And good luck on the 27th.
Appreciate it. We're looking forward to it. Thanks.